AI can just be your client's best friend that simply designs the website for them. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. But it's the status quo. What client needs now is they need additional collaborative tools to take their WordPress sites into other levels. Good morning. So, this is the resistance. The last guy standing after last night's party. Oh, I can see already. A lot of you are like, oh, I'm never going to drink again. We have beer fest tonight. Anyway, so the presentation I'm going to be giving you guys today, as you can see, there's an error on this slide, and the error is the name. So I wasn't supposed to be giving this presentation today. It was supposed to be my colleague, Michael. But at the last minute, he asked me to take over, so here I am. I have just gotten these slides last night, so, bear with me. Anyway, I am not Michael. I am Carlos. I am the Vice President of Product for WebPros, focusing on the commerce division. Now, I was, as I said, I was asked to do this, and I saw these slides last night. And I don't know if you guys know, but last night there was actually a presenter here, a good friend in the industry, that did 180 slides. Okay? I don't have 180, I have about 29. If I was doing 180 slides, we'd be here for CloudFest 2026 still. So don't worry about it. Now, I'm new to WebPros, but I'm not new to the industry, and I wanted to show you guys this picture. That is me. Yeah, that's Big Carlos. Now, to my defense, the camera adds 10 pounds. I had about 5 or 6 cameras on me that day. This is 28th of March of 2006. This was the first time that I came to this event, which back then was called Web Hosting Day. This was the 3rd edition, the 2nd edition in Phantasialand. And at the time, that thing was 2 days, 500 people. That was it. I mean, nowadays, you have 500 people on the queue to get a beer, So I've been, so just to tell you guys, I mean, I've been around. I've been in this industry now for 26 years. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of what you should do and also what you should not do, probably especially what you should not do. And today, the point of this presentation is to talk to you guys about a few opportunities that we can all utilize to capitalize if we play our cards right. Now, speaking of cards, a lot of you are probably familiar with this painting. This is Dogs Playing Poker by Coolidge, I believe. Yeah. And I often wonder a few things about this painting. I mean, it's now over 100 years old. I wonder if they ever finished that game. But second, look at the dog passing the ace under the table, right? There's some collaboration going on here. And the reason why we wanted to highlight this picture is because this painting is because this reminds us a little bit about CloudFest, right? We all come together, we all sit down, we play some games, we ride some roller coasters, we had a few beers, we even do a little bit of business, here and there, but we collaborate. And this is an industry that it's very different on that aspect. I've been in many other industries over my career, and this is the only industry that I see people coming together and very openly share secrets. And they tell each other, look, this is what works, this is what doesn't work. So collaboration is big in this industry. Now, as I said, it is a very competitive, but it is a very collaborative industry, and I'm very proud to be part of it. But, more and more, this is where we're going to, which is, a few years ago, you just created a product, you put it out there, you did just good enough, and the product sold. Nowadays, that's not true anymore. This is a very competitive landscape, and good enough is just not good enough. Clients simply will move around if you don't give them the tools and the access to the things that they care. And for instance, this is one of the tools that we utilize, to aid our partners with more, with data. And this is, of course, a tool that shows, okay, who are the big gainers, who are the big losers. And you can see, clients simply will move. You don't provide them what they need, they will move. Some of them will gain from the others, but the customers are always willing to shift, okay? So let's talk about some of the things that you should give to your clients, and this is the reason for this talk, to ensure that you're not on that side. The first opportunity, of course, is security. Now, we've been talking about security since I can remember in this industry, and security was always one of those things that people only cared until it was too late. But now it's not like that anymore. Nowadays, even people on the street with just cell phones and getting phone calls of people trying to sell them something that they don't have to sell, people are now aware, you know what? These things can happen to me, right? I have to be mindful about security. And while it's an ugly truth, we should turn this into an opportunity. Now, over the past few years, we've seen hosts, they stress out this some certifications, but they don't really talk about them in length. A lot of them, they just put a padlock up there, say we secure, we have a firewall on the back, but how does that help the client? The obstacle is that it really needs to be tied into something that the clients care about. So we give you an example. We took this, fictional Molly, and she sells, kitchenware. And her focus, she cares about security, but she's not worried about security protocols, right? What she wants is she wants to deliver quality products to happy clients, and she wants to grow her business. That's all she cares. She wants to be safe doing it. Now, she will only invest in a security solution if she sees that it protects what she values the most, which is the relationship with her clients and her business reputation. And security offerings, many times they're just not framed around what the clients are trying to achieve. And this is the thing that, you guys need to be aware. Clients must see you as an essential business partner, not just as a host. So, she's just an example. And, but the fact of the matter is, clients still want shared hosting. They know, it's not always if I went to dedicated server, put a bunch of firewalls in front of it, hired an entire IT team to manage it for me, I could do it pretty safe. But it's expensive. I can't afford it. So they still want the traditional shared hosting, but they need the security. So one of the first ACEs that we show you here is one of our partners, somebody that you guys will know very well, is Cloud Linux, and their Unified 360 offering. This is a great product to put those security walls between your clients and the people that are trying to harm them, but while maintaining your clients on a shared environment that they can get the economies of scale and be able to buy something for the price that they can actually afford. So this is one of those those ACEs that we pass you under the table, and the fact of the matter is secure your clients. Because, if your clients feel safe and if they feel that you're a business partner with them, they tend to stick around. Okay? Next, we can take a look now. Of course, this comes as no surprise to everybody, that nowadays, and this has been going on for a few years now, many agencies would now serve the clients with a full stack of services that include hosting. But agencies typically targets to be replacing in-house IT environments. So when you look at an agency, you're not competing on a shared hosting environment type pricing. They are looking into, okay, I'm going to take away in-house IT, I'm going to replace it, I'm going to manage it, I'm going to give you a website, I'm going to give you a hosting, but it's at a different price point, right? And it scales very different than shared hosting. But let's look at the dogs again, right? There's always, and the hosting industry is a lot like this. There's always somebody, look at that face, that sees something that nobody else sees and says, I want in on that market. And we always call that the first mover advantage. And hosts have done that. They haven't just sat down, and they went out and they started to offer agency-type services. Some of them went fully into the game. Some of them are been partnering with some companies. And for the most part, they're doing what they can, but that's also not enough. And, and nowadays, even, the gentleman that was here before was talking about AI. And it is the big word, is AI, but a lot of people don't necessarily know, how do I capitalize on it? And this is a very good example. AI does not have to be complicated. It does not have to be about GPUs. It does not have to be about MLLs. It does not have to be about code. It can just be something, that your clients can actually use and not be trained on it. And one of the other aces that we want to present to you guys is things such as SiteJet that allows your clients to take advantage of AI-generated design. And the fact is, as I was saying, AI can just be your client's best friend that simply designs the website for them. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. And that's another one of the aces that I wanted to talk to you guys. Now, this one, I actually did a presentation. I did it, I think, on this stage and on the main stage, 2 presentations that year in 2022. And all of my presentations were about this topic. WordPress. This keeps coming up over and over and over, and there's a good reason for it. I mean, when I spoke about this, WordPress was empowering something around 35% of websites, and today, this skipped. WordPress empowers 300 million websites that we know of, but it empowers 43.5%. I knew I was going to mess up somewhere, guys, as I said. It empowers 43.5% of all websites globally. This is W3 Tech's numbers. And of course, look, everybody here is probably going to say, but Carlos, I have a way to give people WordPress, right? I mean, I use cPanel, I use Plus. They can just deploy it. Yes. But we find that people that offer WordPress are in two fields. Some of them complain, hey, WordPress is great, but it is a pain to manage all these WordPress sites, and this is why, you use tools such as ours. But a lot of hosts realized a couple of years ago, you know what? The real trick here is how can we make WordPress fast, but also keep it fast? And so we started to see a big push from hosts going into and offering high-performance WordPress. And that worked great, and we saw some hosts growing tremendously over the last few years. But the fact is, everybody's doing it now. Okay? The high performance is just not good enough. Clients simply, they expect it. They want it. They're not going to buy it unless it's high performance. And if you're not offering, you should. But it's the status quo. What client needs now is they need additional collaborative tools to take their WordPress sites into other levels. And they're either going to find it with you or they're going to find it elsewhere. And again, you risk putting yourself into that graph that I showed in the beginning, where you're going to be the guys on the left. So how can you provide more collaboration tools that allow the clients to fulfill their needs? And today, I want to show you a couple that we can recommend for you. One of them is Concierge B, and the other one is Codable. And Concierge B, basically, this is a white label service that we launched that allows basically partners to offer a hands-off approach to their clients to expand their social marketing. This is all AI-driven, again. And this allows basically your client to focus on the thing that they care, which is they grow their business. The second one is Codable. And we have launched this to just a subset of our customers for now. And this is the ability to, once again, for them to give their clients the ability to have on-demand access to, additional WordPress optimization and staff and codes that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise, but through their service provider. And the thing here, guys, is you want to keep the more touch points as possible with your clients as you can. As long as they don't, you don't want your client to go off wandering, looking for alternatives elsewhere, because they might find an alternative to one product, but then replace all the products that you serve them with. So more touch points, give them what they really need. So collaborate, and take advantage of these additional tools. And this is the perfect spot for that. I mean, CloudFest. This is where you will find all the, all the big players and all the guys that are actually trying to continue to improve on our industry. They're trying to make it, still grow, still relevant, and we're very proud to be a part of that. So, as I said, make sure you secure. Make sure you give them the full service. Make sure you give them the collaborative tools. And for us at WebPros, I mean, we see all that as part of what we call the web enablement ecosystem. This is where we are bringing more and more tools, our tools and our partners' tools. It's not just our tools, to enable the service providers to have a much wider, range of offerings that they can service their clients with. And this way, they keep their clients happy, they keep their clients with them, and they can better compete and perform against even the hyperscalers that they wouldn't otherwise have a chance to do. So, as I said, remember, when the chips are down, look for those aces. And just to finalize here, I just have to say, I love hosting. I've been around, as I said, for 26 years, and every 5 years I tell myself, you know what, I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go and be a realtor or something, sell houses. But I keep sticking around because this is a community that I really like, because this is, as I said, this is the only community that I know that competes fiercely, but collaborates. Nobody has secrets, everybody has friends, and and we at WebPros, we're very proud to be a part of it. So thanks, guys, and that was me, ahead of schedule. Thank you.